So as much as we advise that, oh, you should start with what you are comfortable with, you should start with what you like. You are not the one that is going to watch your videos. You are not the one that is going to give yourself engagement. So your success in content creation depends on your audience. Like 90% of your success in content creation depends on your audience. Then the 10% is your own. You can see the role that your audience has to play. So now, if you are posting the wrong niche for your audience, you are not going to get enough views. You are not going to get enough for engagement. That was the mistake I made before, that I was always dragging politics. I was always dragging celebrities, posting trending news and other moment, but my audience were not interested in that. And in most cases, it was insult upon insult I was getting as my comments then. Until I now made a post. Sorry, until I now made like two posts about politics. Those were the ones, those two posts were what changed my entire journey as a content creator. So, but I didn't just entirely switch from posting trending news. So I still post trending news, but I now post more of, that's because political news on news on this. That's because politics is what my audience is interested in. So you need to study the interest of your audience. That's just your audience. Your audience. You just need to study your audience. If you do not study your audience, you are not going to do well as a content creator. If you just say that, oh, you are going to be posting what you like, see, you'll be there for years, you'll be there. Even if you get monetized, for you to get $1, you will sweat. So even though you feel like, oh, what I like cooking, so cooking is just the only thing I should be posting, and your audience are not interested in your cooking. So what are you now going to do? So you are not going to be forcing them to be watching your cooking videos. That's why you need to study them. So if you now see that you have been posting content on cooking all the time, and they're not even viewing it, they're not even commenting, or even if they view, they're not commenting, it shows that they're not interested, and you should go and research and look for another content they're interested in. And that's why we advise that as a newbie content creator, you don't choose any niche yet. Just post randomly until you get a post, a particular post get viral. Then that particular post that goes viral is your niche. Next order number two is inconsistent posting. If you are not posting consistently as a content creator, you are not going to get a lot of views day. And so no matter how good you are as a content creator, if you post today and the next time you post is next month, or the next time you post is next 3 months, Facebook is not going to, or the algorithm of any platform you are using, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they are not going to recognize your post, and they are not going to give you a lot of it. They're just going to feel like you are not serious about it, so you are just posting for posting sake. You are not interested in content creation. Then the next one is copying other content creators. Yes, we know that. Yeah, yes, we know that you should copy your content. You should like study your competitors and all that. But there are some people that they don't just study their competitors, they copy their competitors like verbatim, so much so that there's no difference. In fact, the algorithm even knows that you are copying somebody. For example, let's not even use pictures for let's not even talk about videos, because that video, if you post somebody's video, everybody knows that it's somebody's video, because people are going to see the person's face on the video and all that. Let's talk about written posts. There are some people that there was a day that one boy was lamenting. There was a day that one boy was lamenting. The boy's content is on movie reviews. Like, he reviews movies and all that, but he doesn't do it on videos. It's difficult for somebody to copy your video, except the person wants to listen to your video, then say it is or her own way. But for written text, it's very easy. They can just copy and paste. So that's what many people do. They will just copy. They will not even see. If you want to copy somebody, they say, well, you can you copy the person. You copy the post, then you go to ChatGPT or any other AI site to help you paraphrase. So some people don't do that. And if you're always copying people's posts, you are not going to grow, because the algorithm knows that this post is not originally yours. They have already recognized it from somebody else. So if you're not posting it, you are just wasting your time. You are just posting for posting sake. So some people will in fact, they will even go as much as post the videos, the picture. Sorry, when you post, sometimes you add your picture. You add any picture, maybe AI picture or your picture. So people will even go as far as adding that picture. They will copy the text. It's just like somebody in exam that will copy what you wrote and still copy your matriculation number and copy your name. They will copy the write-up and even add the picture that you use. They will still add it and they will not give you any credit. They will just put it as if it's their own. So if you are that kind of person as a content creator, you are not ready. That the only thing you use as your content is just to copy somebody's post, just copy the person's post verbatim and add it to your page, and without giving the person credit, without even going to paraphrase it. Maybe you change it by yourself, or you give AI to change it. So you are not ready yet as a content creator. You should go and sit down. Then the next one is focusing only on views. Then see, if you are focusing only on views, I think I also made this mistake. If you are focusing only on views, you are not going to do well as a content creator. What matters most in your content is engagement, like engagement. So your views is as important as your engagement. So if all you just get is just view, no engagement, it means that your content is not interesting and you should do something about it. So whether you are getting 1 million views, 3 million views, are you getting engagement? If you are not getting engagement, you have to do something about it. Then the final one is that you are posting on too many platforms. So as a newbie content creator, you should focus on one platform. For example, my page on Facebook now is 62K followers, and now I no longer post, and my posting there no longer takes me a lot of time. That's why I'm now using YouTube. So if the time I just started by posting and posting and creating content on YouTube is very difficult, because you have to, like, it's not as easy as, and creating content on YouTube is not as easy as creating content on Facebook. On Facebook now you can just do 30 seconds video. For example, my first two posts that went viral were not even up to 30 seconds. But if you are creating 30 seconds videos on YouTube, in fact, you have a very long way to go before you can get monetized. So posting on too many platforms, especially when you are doing content creation as a side hustle, is going to weigh you down. For example, I am a teacher, so most of the time when I just started creating content on Facebook, I was using break period, and break is just 30 minutes. I live in the school environment, so before that I live in the school premises. Before I from my office get to the staff quarter where I live, 10 minutes is already gone. So most of my videos they were just quick videos. So there are sometimes that my audience will be telling me that, are you scared? Why are you looking left and right? Why are you talking too fast and all that? Because I didn't have enough time. So imagine then I was posting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. It will weigh me down. So that's why you need to choose one. You choose the one that you're comfortable with. So if you're comfortable with Facebook, you start with it. If you're comfortable with Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, just start with one. So do with one. So when you now get enough followers, or you now create content in that one to the extent that you are really not finding it difficult to get ideas there, to create content there, then you can now start another one. For example, creating content for that page now, for my page on Facebook, is no longer a problem for me. I no longer spend time racking my head on what to post there, because now I've even got to realize that I really don't even have to make videos for that page. I just have to just get the right news to post, and that's all. So thank you very much for watching this video to this extent. Do well to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share. Thank you very